All right, guys, what's up? It's Apollo here, and welcome back to another Company of Heroes battle. So this is obviously the second one. It's a 2v2 in the Moscow outskirts. So we are playing as the Wehrmacht. I'm playing with the Ryan King. And, you know, honestly, we've been playing this game so much, I don't even remember, I don't remember most of these battles because there's so many of them. But yeah, it's a 2v2, and I believe, let's go ahead and turn on the HUD here. Let's go check out the map from a bird's eye view. Our opponents, obviously allied, we got the US, and I believe this is the Soviets. So yeah, Soviets, US, those are the factions. Now back over this way, I'm going to be represented as the yellow team, the Ryan King is blue, the Soviets are purple, and the US, they are red. So right now we are pushing for the victory point, which you can see on the map here. So obviously this is victory point victory. What is this called? I forgot the game mode, but there's like total annihilation where you defeat the enemy by destroying their base. This one is just by capturing the victory points. And we've taken the far left one. The Ryan King is oh, actually no, this is me. I'm pushing for the center. But the Ryan King has taken munitions over here. Actually, no, that's the enemy. Jeez, you know, it's been a little while since I've done a Company of Heroes replay, so I'm a little rusty here. The Ryan King has pushed up some units to take this. I think this is fuel right here. Yeah, it's a fuel point. So he's gonna go ahead and spray this building. Check this out. Look at this. Spraying the building as we speak. What the heck? Come on, HUD. There we go. Ah! Ah, fire! Look at that. Just absolutely like sawing this house in half and wiping out the enemy infantry. So nice job clearing the building there. And that's going to secure this fuel point. Now the enemy, this is the US. They have pushed fairly aggressively into our lines. We do have a mortar opening fire. I think the Ryan King has a mortar in position, kind of running in the street right now. But the infantry is going to keep on pushing. Very weak right now, half strength. So this infantry could fall at any moment. We got the Pioneer Squad. Should be able to take care of them, honestly, if they just run forward. They do take shelter into the building once again. Shouldn't be that big of a deal. They're pretty weak, so I think if he just sends back that... or the mortar. Setting up the mortar will easily just soften them up, which he's going to go ahead and do.
The new Grenadier squad is ready.
There he goes. Ready? Come on. Load it up. Load it up. Come on, boys. They're like, I just got to be just right. Just right. Ah! There we go. And that should wipe out the defenses here. Oh! Very nice. So a nice start to this battle. There we go. They're on the run. And we still control the center and the far left. And I've got some grenadiers kind of holding the line behind the stone wall. Nothing really too crazy yet. In the center, I've got more grenadiers taking control of the munitions. And you can see that the US is now making a push. This is his point of view here. This is what they see. They're making a push for the center point. Now, I do have an MG set up here. Now looking at this, and there's a big fight over at this church here, which the US go ahead. Classic. US taking cover in a church. That's going to cause me to fall back. I don't like the situation, but I do have a mortar, which I'm going to go ahead and shell that church with a mortar to clear out the enemies. But I do have an MG set up in the road here. Looking at this, it's not always the best idea to set up troops in the road because you notice this little broken shield. They have less protection in the road for obvious reasons. It's wide open. But we are actually pushing the enemy here. We have a lot of units. Oh, get them out of there, Apollo. There we go. Grenadiers getting out. They've got a lot of units here. Infantry, mortar. They've got a light vehicle, like a truck with the MG on it. They're doing a pretty good job of taking control of the center. While that was going on, the Ryan King took the far right side. So that keeps us on top to the point where they're still bleeding points. So that's a nice little start to this battle. Now, over on the other side, I saw that they were pushing. I decided to just push with one unit of grenadiers. Guys, you never know, like, if the enemy is going very hard on one position of the map and you have units way on the other side, it's probably best to just push and see what you can do. And that's what I was doing with these Grenadiers. I was trying to push forward and seeing if I could take some territory, but unfortunately, he has some Soviet rifles there defending that point. Now, we set up some MGs. Look at this. The Ryan King comes in with the MG to kind of flank on the enemy position. I've got my MG kind of capturing the position as well. So we're kind of double teaming with MGs to secure the position, and it does work. And at this point, we're going to be able to get all 3 of the victory points, which you can see on the mini-map. So the left, center, and right. Now, the Americans are pushing forward some infantry. It does appear that they might make a push from this far star, which honestly is not a bad play because there's not really any defense over here. Over on this side, it looks like a mortar got caught out there, so the Ryan King's going to retreat his mortar. And then we have Ryan pushing up a... No, this is me. I've got a scout car. Well, the scout car is absolutely going to help us out a ton. I'm moving the scout car down on the flank. Because the Americans, oh, nice mortar support there. Just scaring them off, just preventing them from capping too much. I'm recapturing the munitions point over here with the Grenadiers. And so far, I mean, we have just had pretty good control of the map. I put my MG inside the church. You can see, if you look closely, look how cool that is. He's kind of looking the wrong way. Yeah, he's looking the wrong way. I need to get him looking the other way. Something you got to look out for. You can easily change the direction by using these buttons here. I think it's this direct face team weapon, so you can change the direction of the gun. But if there's not a weapon, but there is, you can see the window right here. If there's not a window, they can't look that direction, right? So let's go back over here where the U.S. is making a bold push for the this would be our far right side. And they're going to try to take over some territory while we're busy looking elsewhere. We got the Pioneers accompanied with a scout car, and we've got a Flamewerfer. So we got a half-track that's been upgraded with flamethrower. That is such a devastating, look at that, such a devastating weapon. In early game especially, because it takes out so much infantry with ease. So nice job there, good teamwork there. We completely pushed them back. And again, great control of the map here. We've got them so far back. They're so close to their main base. Look at that. So right now, it looks like, by the looks of it, they are currently building up a pretty big attack force right now. Now, on the defense, we've got our MG here. We've got mortars positioned. I'm bringing some units of Panzer Grenadiers. I got some Grenadiers here. So I am building up a heavy defense force in the center as we speak. On the far side, really not much going on. I've got my depleted unit of Grenadiers. They're kind of more, they're not really a defense. They're more of like just a warning. Like if I see these guys engaged in a fight, that means, yeah, the enemy's coming. So I should probably send something over there. So it's more of a warning than anything else. A warning for myself, you know. Oh, we do have a Stuart that has just arrived for the U.S. That the thing about the U.S. is that they can get these things out really quick. Like, it's not obviously the best tank in the world. It's a cute tank. It's a little cute tank, but if you get it out early, you could do some pretty good damage with it. But once we start getting like the Stug out, it's hard for the Stuart to compete. So if I was playing the U.S., I'd try to get these things out as quick as possible and use them as quick as possible to try to, you know, destroy any light vehicles the enemy has or anything like that. And he's also shelling us with the mortar. I think he's going for the church. And here we go. They're pushing infantry. I don't know what his plan was there. I guess he was trying to get us by surprise. But that, unfortunately for him, does not work out. Back over in the center, still nothing. There is a Stuart. He is moving forward. So let's see if the Stuart goes into action. But so far, doesn't look like it. Once again, they are pushing a lot of infantry on the far right side. I'm going to go ahead and move up my scout car. Oh, sorry guys. I wish there was an easier button to do cinematics, because it can be a real pain to try to do this with a good flow. There we go. I like completely tabbed out there, but yeah, I sent up the scout car, trying to soften up the American infantry. trying to prevent them from pushing too much. We do break them. They did have some anti-tank weaponry there, but I focused down the units that had the anti-tank, and then now we can go in and finish up these guys. Still nothing. They're still being very passive. We do have an is this a howitzer or divisional field? It's a field gun. It's fairly protective or fairly effective against vehicles. It can also do some good, almost like artillery, you know, type shots there. So it's a pretty versatile weapon. I've got I've got some yeah. Oh, they both miss. I've got the what are they called? The Panzer Grenadiers. The Panzer Grenadiers. Had a brain fart there. They completely whiffed their Panzer Shrek. I'm gonna get them out of there. That's unfortunate. I should have done way more damage to that tank, but they just whiffed their shots. So, that's unfortunate. Back over here, still nothing. I did send one Panzer Grenadier to kind of post up in this little shack here. So they're going to kind of hold this this edge line. Again, not being aggressive over here, just holding what we have. Really, the main fight is in the center. There we go. Nice job. Nice job there. Wait, was that... Sorry, I think I might have mixed up the Ryan King and my faction. It's so weird. Usually I'm blue and Ryan is yellow, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I can't keep up with it. Whatever. Just know we're teammates. So, you know, he's my team. I'm his team. All our units are pretty much the same anyways. All right, so the U.S. is going to go ahead and recapture this position here. It looks like we kind of took it from them. We neutralized it. So, again, just kind of picking on them. Really dominating the map right here. And guys, I cannot stress this enough. There are many times when I play this game where you think you control the map, you think you have control, and in a quick flash of a moment, you can lose it all. All right, you could lose it all, and they just counter everything you have, and they take it back. Now, back over here, I sent over some Panzer Grenadiers to go ahead and retake the star. Again, just putting pressure. Never let up. Over on this side, the Soviets are pushing. And it looks like they actually... Did they cause... I think I had to retreat some infantry. I'm pushing up a pack gun because I'm a little slow with tanks right now, and that Stuart is making me uncomfortable, so I'm just bringing some anti-tank on the field. But yeah, over here, I mean, honestly, what I should have done is put this Panzer Grenadier outside the building, because then they can use their Panzer Shrek and fire into this building. They're not as effective inside the building, so that was kind of a dumb play by me. But back over this way, there's another. Is this the same Stuart, or is this another one? Oh, they've got another Stuart. This is a new one. And that is why I'm bringing out the Panzer Shrek, because again, it takes a little bit longer for the Germans to get their tanks on the field of battle, but once they do, they dominate the battlefield. It's just, you got to be patient. But yeah, right now I'm just kind of retreating the Panzer Grenadiers. They're chasing off a Stuart. I've got my pack gun kind of centered here, just waiting for any there. Oh, let's see if the Stuart gets in range. The Stuart is... Oh, come on. I do go for it. I'm turning the gun. Let's see. Come on, fire. Yeah! Let's see if we hit it. Yeah, we are hitting it. The Stuart will fall fast to a pack gun. They will fall very fast. All right. So, yeah, we have really, again, controlled the map. We've pretty much got them less than half on the stars here. I mean, this is just a great dominating matchup here with our forces. Now back over this way, this is where the Americans are like, all right, we've had enough. They're going in with 1, 2, 3, 4 units of infantry supported with a Stuart. This is their time. This is where they need to get the ball rolling, and they need to turn this battle around. So this is kind of their grand push right here. Let's see if they can pull this off and get a victory, or not a victory, but kind of stop the bleeding. Because remember, we control all 3 of the stars as we speak. So they're going to push up the Stuart first, it looks like, to scout, and they don't see anything, so now they're going to send up the infantry. Usually I don't scout with the tank. You can, but I usually just go in with the infantry, just because if there's something really bad waiting for you. You know, like, infantry's kind of easier to get out of a tricky situation, where a tank can easily just, like, get stuck in a bad spot. We're still controlling the center. They've actually neutralized the center, so I'm gonna go ahead and send infantry in the center to try to take it back. Nice artillery barrage. They do have the Katusha. Yeah, the Katusha's on the battlefield, so it feels like the enemy was kind of playing for late game. That's why they really haven't pushed too aggressively. They're coming in with the Katusha, and we've taken back the center point. Actually, this is the Ryan King. Sorry, Ryan King's Grenadiers. God, I keep thinking I'm blue. You know, he's usually yellow. Anyways, the Stuart falls back to his safest position. I'm gonna push up and try to support. We are going all in to get this Stuart, and unfortunately, we do miss. Let's see. Come on. Come on, come on, come on. Oh, yeah. It's not going well. It's that field gun. You see that field gun? And no, the Ryan's going to go in with a Panzer IV. So we got some tanks on the battlefield. He's in a tricky situation because he is getting hit by anti-tank. We are looking for that Stuart, but I don't think it's worth it. He needs to get out of there, especially now that the Soviets have a T-34 medium tank. Trickier situation for sure. If we look at my army, I have a lot of infantry, no tanks. Ryan King, he's definitely bringing out the vehicles more so than me. But it's nice to see that we finally got some armor, some good armor on the battlefield. Now this is a ballsy move here by this T-34. The Ryan King's tank is going to go ahead and post up in the center, and he's going to open fire. And oh, look at this! He's going to go ahead and sneak a crew onto the pack gun. Unfortunately, they don't quite get it. And yeah, this tank is in big doo-doo. His engine's just destroyed. We shot it with the Panzer Shrek from the Grenadiers. I'm going to tell my Grenadiers to get on the pack gun. Oh yeah, come on. This was a big time mistake. Come on, yeah! So excellent job right there. I don't know what he was planning. I think he got, sometimes people get a little bit of a false sense of confidence when they get a tank on the field and they think they can just roll up and do a bunch of damage and leave. That's not so much the case for this poor T-34. So there it is, wasted on the battlefield. And once again, look at this. The U.S., while we're busy fighting in the center, the U.S. has pushed up some units to try to, oh my gosh. Absolutely annihilated. It looks like he was trying to set up mines or something there. But they've actually gained some territory because we were busy. That T-34 was keeping us busy. So that was a good move by the U.S. to push up and try to take some territory, try to get back into this fight. You definitely got to try to use that as a tactic. Over on this side, I am setting up some infantry mines. I've been trying to practice and using mines more often, whether it be anti-tank or infantry mines. So I'm going to set them up there because, remember, keep in mind, most of my attention is in the center. So, you know, I want to try to hold this position with not a lot of troops. So I'm setting up mines and I'm setting up an MG turret. So that is my strat. I do have one unit here of 2-star Grenadiers. They're going to kind of help protect the mines and the turret. But I'm just kind of building what I can to hold this position without too much manpower. Now we've got the Panzer IV in position, and I believe we've got another Panzer IV that just entered the battlefield from the Ryan King. Now, what do I have exactly? Oh, finally, I'm getting a Panzer IV of my own as well. That is pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Now we got the twin Stuarts harassing the Ryan King, but it doesn't matter. He got this position. If they do push forward, they're going to be in Panzer IV attacking position. And we've got the pack gun set up here.
Panzer IV is ready for battle.
Yep, and I've got my Panzer IV. My Panzer IV. I love it. I love how the 4 sounds like fear, you know, just Panzer IV. Nice job over here by the Ryan King, but this might be a bad situation for this. Oh, they can just drive through each other, so that's helpful. Let's see if he can get out of there. No, unfortunately not. The 2 Stuarts, they're fast. I mean, these are fast, light tanks, and they do a lot of damage to light, you know, cars, trucks, that kind of stuff. They can hold their own a little bit, you know. And here we go. I'm sending over a Panzer Fear as well. But the Stuarts wisely retreat back to friendly territory. But over in the center, the Riot King's like, yo, I'm going in. I don't know if he was making a play for the Katusha or what, but he is in a little bit of a tricky situation. Ooh, let's see if he can get out of there. Oh, he's setting up reinforcements to try to stop it. He's like, ah, Scheiße! Reverse! Yeah, so he is able to get out of there without losing the tank, so good for him. Good for him. Back over here, my defensive trap is still looking good. Got my little skull and bones there to warn my own troops, hey, don't go this way. And I am upgrading this turret to have a machine gun in it. Now, the Stuarts are moving over to the far side. Look at this. They're not even, like, slowing down. They are moving in. And are they going to... Thankfully, they're not going to go through the mine. I don't think they could trigger these mines. But I don't know what the plan is here. They've moved up the Stuarts. I'm going to use the anti-tank. I need to get out of there. God, I'm losing them a lot. But I need to send something that way to counter those tanks. I'm curious, do I send anything there? Oh, yeah, look at all this. They are making a bold push. So they're going to make a move for the far side here. They've gained control of the area with the tank, but thankfully you can't capture with the tank. But they've got another they got a T-34 rolling up, and then they got all this infantry. All this infantry. So I've set up my Panzer IV, and I kind of went in there blind. I did not realize they had all these tanks here. This is perfect positioning. I've got this tank to the flank here. I'm firing on the flank, and he's doing nothing. It's like he's throwing paper at me. Not even a big deal. So I am crushing this T-34. There we go. That was a good hit. But still, look at how much health I have. Now I have anti-tank rolling up. Look at this. Get in there. Get in there. So I push forward my my Panzer Grenadiers, and he's on the run. And look at this. Is he gonna go into the minefield? Yes. Yes. Look at this. Ah, yeah. So he walks into the infantry minefield, and right at this moment, guys, right at this point, he quits. He gave up. He was probably hoping to have a huge push right there. He actually just leaves the game. I believe it was the US player. I don't know if it was the Soviet player. And did we destroy the tank as well? I don't know, but I got engineers fixing this tank after a tough fight against that T-34. They're still holding control of the center, but I don't really care. They can control that center all they want. Back over this way, the Rhine King has... Oh, there we go. He's been replaced. Yep, it's the US player. He saw his infantry get destroyed by mines and just rage quit. I can't say I blame him. I personally wouldn't do that. I try not, at the very least, surrender. You know, don't rage quit. You can surrender, but like, yeah, anyways. Ryan King going to harass some infantry and stuff. He's taken pretty much all this side of the map. And I think it's quite clear at this point that this is most likely, now that they have AI, most likely is going to be a victory. We have 492 points. They have 25. We're currently taking the center. I've got some Grenadiers trying to take the position. At this point, I probably should have been running around the Grenadiers because of that. You know, you don't want to get hit by the field gun. As soon as I take it, I get out of there. He's doing everything he can with the Stuart. The AI controls Stuart. And, oh, it's gone. I guess a mortar. Oh, maybe this tank did it here. The Panzer IV. Yeah, I've got 2 Panzer IVs now. If we look at my army, 2 Panzer IVs, pretty solid army. I think so. The Rhine King has a solid army as well. Lots of tanks. So at this point, I mean, yeah, there it is. That's the match. So it was not the most intense, you know, edge of your seat battle. But, you know, it's not every day that we dominate the battlefield. And I just wanted to show us dominating, okay? This was actually a fairly old replay, and we really enjoyed this one for obvious reasons. I think my favorite part, and the reason I really wanted to show it, is the infantry mines that just annihilated 3 units of infantry and he was like, nope, I'm done, I'm out of here. But yeah, it's just they did not like ever really control the map at all. We contained them, we countered them, and they just didn't have any luck against us. But that was a great fight. I really enjoyed it. You don't really learn too much from these. You usually learn when you get your butt kicked. But let's just quit the match and go ahead and look at the results. But yeah, I've really enjoyed this game a lot. I'm excited for the third one. I played a lot of the third one. That was a lot of fun to kind of play that. Unfortunately, I'm gonna be on a big trip when the third one comes out, so I won't be able to play it like as soon as it comes out. But I'll be home shortly after. But yeah, this is the matchup here. Me and the Ryan King. I did a bit more damage, but Ryan killed more units. We pretty much both like carried our weight here. I mean, our opponent, unfortunately, I think this guy is probably a newer player. So maybe he has less hours or something. But it's, hey, I was there once, like not too long ago. I still suck at this game. And here's the little stats here for army value, resource. You can see, oh, look at all the resources he had at the end. He was not spending his resources. But yeah, that's going to wrap it up, guys. If you enjoyed the video, if you like the Company of Heroes stuff, don't forget to leave a like. It does help the channel. I do appreciate it. And, of course, subscribe if you enjoy these battles. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you next time on the battlefield.